Yeah.
Like you can create something that's extremely valuable
Right.
in the game that is completely worthless outside of the game.
Right.
Welcome to the Gamify Education Podcast.
All right, Mr. Becker.
Mr. Lamberson?
You just asked the question, what are we talking about? Generally, when we come to these things, we'll pregame on what we're going to talk about and kind of have a general sense of where the conversation is going to go. We don't have that today. However, I'm going to start with the quote today. Okay.
All right.
Now, if you are just tuning in, these are quotes that I have selected from the world. Some of them are real people, and some of them are fictitious individuals from the universe of cinema. I love movies, and I love quotes, and I love inspirational quotes so much that I used to quote myself on my own wall in my classroom.
And then I took that idea. Now I have my own quote wall in my classroom.
And it was all in fun. It was a joke that I would do, but I'd have quotes from Mr. Lamberson that said like, do nothing, learn nothing. And he would say, Mr. Lamberson. That was one. I said it all the time, so I got tired of saying it, so I made a quote wall.
I copied that idea.
Yeah.
But mine's not a joke. Like, this is serious.
Mine was tongue-in-cheek. Anyways, so the game that we're playing is this real or is it from a movie? You get 1 point if you can guess if it's real or if it's from a movie, and then you get a bonus point if you can guess who said it. Or you can give me if it's from a movie character or series. Like, I'm going to be very gracious with this. So do what you can with what you have where you are.
Do what you can.
With what you have where you are.
I'm going to go movie.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Incorrect. Would you like a follow-up bonus point? This is a real person said this. I don't think you're going to get it if that makes you feel better.
It does not. I'm thinking like Army General.
You're close. You're on the right path.
George Washington.
No. He was a president. I don't believe he was ever a general, but he definitely was in the army. Mm-hmm. I believe he fought in the Spanish-American War. He led troops in the Spanish-American War. He is the one of the presidents that expanded the American empire more than any other.
Teddy
Roosevelt.
I was going to say him. Darn it.
Oh, darn. So yeah, Teddy Roosevelt. So I wanted to start this podcast with this quote because I think this is going to be the theme of the discussion. Do what you can with what you have where you are. Truly everything that we're discussing about Gamify Education was just born from like we're working with what we have. Be that the students, be that the materials. Like we get what we get and we don't throw a fit, and now, okay, this is what we've got. This is what we're going to work with, and we're going to make it work. That mentality is what drives us forward. We can't lie down and quit because it's getting hard.
I agree. I think I keep coming back to this idea because this is the idea that I didn't actually write about in the book that you wrote about, the idea of bringing joy to the classroom. And if we are burning out as a profession, then we have to bring more fun to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's universal then.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're a game player or if you're not. Like, how else are you going to bring fun while maintaining the high level of academics and rigor?
Yeah. So I can't think of individuals who should be more joyful than professional athletes. But if you look at like a team where like there starts to be like this like toxic mentality, you can see these individuals who are getting paid millions of dollars to play a game. You can see it on their face that they're not having fun and that they're dreading going out there and playing with each other. I say that because as a Mariners fan, we had this big thing that happened during the World Baseball Classic. Did you hear about this?
As a Mariner? No.
Yeah. Okay. So we have Cal Raleigh is our catcher. He is the MVP from last season. And I say that tongue in cheek because he should have been the MVP, and they gave it to Aaron Judge because Aaron Judge just whatever. But Cal Raleigh was on Team America, and his teammate Randy Arozarena was on Team Mexico, and Randy Arozarena went out to shake his hand, and Cal refused to shake his hand. And there's this whole bad blood thing that happened because of it. And like, if you look at the faces of the players in these first 6 games, no one looks like they're having fun. No one looks like they're having a good time. Everyone looks miserable on the field. It's insane. This is like, Mariners are the team of good vibes. It's our whole thing. We've survived on vibes for the last 30 years because that's all we've had. Like we played from 2001 to 2022 without going to the playoffs. And the guys had smiles on their faces for most seasons. They were joking. I mean, Felix Hernandez is famous for his joy. He was one of the greatest pitchers of all time for the Mariners and never went to the playoffs, but always with a smile. And now we have the best team we've had in, I don't know, ever. I think
90s,
sure,
Randy Johnson,
sure.
Griffey.
Yeah, but our pitching rotation right now is you can't beat. Like we had Randy Johnson, good.
Okay.
We have 4 guys as good as Randy Johnson pitching. Like,
really?
I mean, maybe not
combined.
Okay, but maybe they're 95% as good as Randy Johnson. But we like our pitching lineup is stacked and our hitting lineup is stacked, and we should be. I mean, Cal Raleigh hit more home runs than King Griffey Jr. in a single season. Like he is
right.
They should be smiles on their face right now. But like there was this play last night where our shortstop Leo Rivas was backing up. And he was backing up into the outfield towards Randy Arozarena, and they have had terrible communication. No one's calling the balls. No one's like waving anyone off. And he just backs up into Randy Arozarena and catches the ball. And the look on Randy Arozarena's face is like he wanted to punch him.
Oh boy!
And these guys are getting. I'm gonna say this again. They're getting paid millions of dollars to play a game.
But contrast that with Venezuela, right?
Right.
They were the team that won, right?
Yeah.
And the joy and the fun that they had throughout the whole thing.
Right.
The crowd got into, like unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it was fun to watch.
Yeah. So, like, even when you're winning, you can create a situation where you're not having fun.
Right.
So right now in education, we're not winning.
Nor are we having fun.
Nor are we having fun. Like, let's have at least one of those things.
But it's a slippery slope then because then all of a sudden like you can throw out a lot of stuff. Like I could have fun. My kids could have fun all day long, and I could let them be on Minecraft or whatever, and they would be having a good time. Or I could I could not really teach anything and just play games with them, and then we would still be having fun.
Would they be having fun? I mean, think so. They'd be entertained. But like, would you be having fun teaching?
Well, I wouldn't be teaching.
Right. So let's be good at our jobs and have fun.
So we still have to teach.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And then honestly, like the natural progression of things is like when you're teaching and then you create an environment for students that they're engaged in and they want to be in, they work harder, and then everything becomes easier. You're having fun, they're having fun, and the learning happens. And so it's a conduit for learning. It's a conduit for motivation to get your students to do what they need to do to learn.
There are going to be people that question this whole idea of if you spend more time playing a game, setting up a game, how does learning increase when you're wasting time?
Well, that's a fantastic question. I explain it to teachers like this. Like, this is an investment. Investments take work up front for payoffs on the back end. And so you're investing time and effort up front for the increased or a decreased time and effort on the back end that pays off. It's less time and effort than it would have been if you hadn't put that effort in the front. We had this great analogy that came up at a PD recently. It was my vice principal. He said, if you want to use good systems, they're like using a chainsaw versus using an axe. And I loved this analogy because, like, have you used a chainsaw before?
Yes.
It's kind of a scary thing, like the first time you use it, and it's a pain in the butt to use. Like, to get a chainsaw started, it's like its own thing. Like, there's a whole technique to starting a chainsaw. So when you're starting a chainsaw, you need to understand how to prime it. You need to understand what kind of gas to put into it, because it's not the same kind of gas. It's got to be an oil gas mixture because it's a 2-cycle motor. If you put regular gasoline into it, it won't work. You got to understand the temperature for the amount of times that you prime it, for where your choke is at. And then when you're starting it, there's 2 methods to start it. There's the wrong method, which is to put your foot on it and pull. And then there's the right method, which is to drop it and let it start. The drop method is more dangerous, but it works every time. So all of these things to say, like, it's a pain in the butt to get to use a chainsaw, to learn how to use it. And then also just like the idea of using it is scary to start, because it's loud, it smells, but it's also, there's a level of danger to it.
For sure.
But once you understand how to use the instrument and how to use the tool, it's like you're never going back to chopping with an axe. Like, anyone could pick up an axe and swing. And so some of us are stronger than others, and so our axe swings are going to be more efficient, and some of us tire out easier than others, and so we're not going to be able to do as much work with the axe. But like, you hand a chainsaw to literally anyone, teach them the basic, like how to start it and the safety of it, and you can do the same amount of work. It doesn't matter who you are. It takes away the limitations. And then you look back at what you've done and you realize, like, I accomplished more with this scary tool than I ever could have with this simple axe that anyone can use. And right now in education, we fall back on our axes too much. The axe is the thing that, the curriculum that I pick up, and then I can just read from this, and then anyone can do it. And that's a huge fallacy within education, is that, like, if you just put the right material in front of it and anyone and have them read it to the class, it's going to produce XYZ result. That's just not true. Like, we get different results as teachers for a reason. Some teachers outperform others, and some teachers underperform, and there's a reason that happens, and it's not the materials that are set in front of them. It's what you do with the materials that you have.
What about the teacher then that would, like, self-identify as, like, not a gamer, I'm not into games? I mean, are we just saying, like, oh, this podcast isn't for you, like, this idea isn't for you? Or
what about, so I'm going to add to that. What about the teacher who's not a gamer, not into the games, and feels like they're killing it? Like, my class is working great. Like, I don't need this.
If they are effective with things that are measurable,
right?
Okay, I think that's number one. Like, you have to have some evidence of why you're an effective teacher,
right?
And if you're not looking for evidence and you just say it, then I would definitely encourage you to make this more objective before you dismiss a need.
Yeah, one of the things that I hear a lot in education is I feel. I feel like my students. I feel like this kid. I just feel like this. Like, teacher intuition's real, but oftentimes there are just too many variables in the situation to just go off of intuition. You have to use, your assessments. You have to use some standard of measure to prove that what you're saying is true. I mean, think about any kind of competition.
Right.
Like if we're running a race, I'm really fast, Mr. Becker.
Mm-hmm. I could beat you.
No, but I'm so fast. So,
but
how fast am I? Like, so that would be an easy one. You can beat me. So we'd say, okay,
right.
And what's name the race, right?
I just think I could beat you.
So that's then we're not actually having a measurement there. So
And
I
I don't think I could beat you, by the way.
So if we're saying, are we doing 100 meter?
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing a 50? Are we doing a 40 yard?
Right.
Are we doing a mile? Like, what's the name of the race? And so, like, I could say I'm really fast at a mile because I can run it at this speed.
Right.
Right now in education, we're missing that because I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't, as educators, just say I'm really good because I feel like I'm really good.
Or even you just stop before because.
Oh,
I'm really good.
I'm really good. The kids like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kids like me. I'm really good. The kids love me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, neat.
Did you do your job? So, I mean, I think that's number one. Like, first of all, is there a need? And it could be academics, but I think even more so, teachers are on the lookout for managing behaviors in their own classroom.
Yeah.
And what is a system that they can implement? I mean, I've tried so many behavior systems through my 18 years of being a teacher.
Right.
I had kids write names on the board, and I had a clip up, clip down system.
Sure.
I gave out a lot of Becker bucks at some point in my life, and I gave out red Becker bucks as well.
Yep. Which are debt.
Right. They went into debt.
Okay, I just had to be clear on that. I said right, and then my brain was it was catching up to that. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I've
You did an economy or something.
I've had the spectrum. I mean, my first school I taught at was a private Christian school that still used corporal punishment. So, like, I've had that all the way up to working at a PBIS school, which is like as far and everything in between. I mean, we've used that. I used classroom economy for years. I used classroom economy. And I really think that there's a lot of analogs between gamification and classroom economy. If you're used to using classroom economy, then the step to gamification is very small. Like, I think that classroom economy is actually more work in a lot of ways than gamifying your classroom. So if you're okay doing that, like, come over here. Like, this makes way more sense.
And I was thinking a lot about this last night. Like, what is the difference between just like a competition and a game? And I think like a classroom economy would be like a competition, is that the kids are having a competition to be the richest person or the person who wants to be able to buy the most.
Right, at the market.
Like, I think that deep down, it's not just like, oh, I can go to the store and now I can buy something. I think that there is a competition among students that they want to be the best.
I also think that the objectives just aren't as clear with the classroom economy. We're in gamification, you are earning your XP to level up, but you're leveling up so that you can get this advantage or this thing in the game. Like, you're earning gold so that you can go buy this specific maybe card in your game or item in your game. And then you're using these things to advance your character. It's strategic. Whereas in, a school-wide system with just a classroom economy or even a school-wide system, it's just stuff and you don't know what you're working for. My son, his school used like bucks and he can turn them in, and then I turned them in for like raffles. And so he put all of his stuff into a raffle, and he ended up getting baseball cards. And it's not that he's not into baseball. He loves baseball, but
Used baseball cards?
Used baseball cards, yes.
Okay.
Because the fact is, like, these programs are really expensive to run. If you want to buy prizes for anywhere from 200 to 800 students, that gets very expensive very quickly. And like gamifying your classroom, like the game that we talked about, Baby Battle Masters, you can set up an entire classroom for, you run these off on, you print them off. And so I do that at school because this is for school. I print it off on cardstock, and then I buy a little 200 pack of clear card protectors on Amazon for $8. That's the cost versus, buying so much for your classroom. Well, he gets these baseball cards, and he doesn't do anything with them. They sit in a pile, and then when the Mariners lose to the Blue Jays, he realizes that there was a George Springer card in there, and so he went and found it and tore it up and then burned it.
Very good. Now, I see a lot of junk food for these raffles.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's McDonald's French fries, it's Dairy Queen Blizzards.
Well, you want a window into this?
Sure.
Okay, so let's go into a new corner.
Okay.
All right. This is called Teacher Acronym Corner. What the heck does that mean? All right, you ready for an acronym?
Sure.
All right.
I'm not going to be good at this at all. I think there's some that I should know, and you would be surprised that I don't even know what they stand for.
FCS. I'm going to give the child an FCS.
Say it again. FCS?
Mm-hmm. This is very specific to like PBIS. PBIS. Let's start with there.
No.
Oh,
See, that was one of the ones that I didn't want you to ask.
Oh, man.
Positive behavior intervention system.
Supports. Close, though.
Close.
I'll give you half credit.
Whenever I hear F in school, it's usually federal, but that doesn't sound right.
No.
So I'm not gonna say federal. Other words begin with F. Formative.
Nope. You're not going to get this.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
Go then.
Forced choice survey.
Okay.
So a forced choice survey is like a 40-question survey that asks a child, would you rather have this or would you rather have this?
Okay.
And so it'll go things, would you rather have your art put on the wall by the teacher or have your friends choose you to be the leader? Would you rather have a candy bar or would you rather get to play outside? And it's like 40 questions like this. And then when you're done, you do the tallies, and it's supposed to tell you what students desire. Do they desire like adult attention or praise? Do they desire peer attention or praise? Do they desire personal rewards?
And schools are using this to figure out prizes and things like that?
Across the country, okay. Yes. But the whole point is like built into this is the idea of candy.
Oh.
Like it's literally built into the survey. Like what kind of candy do you like, basically? Oh. Yeah. And so like this is what the system is designed to do, is to train the students like seals with candy.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't like that as a parent, first of all. Like, I don't need my children eating more junk food.
Or processed food.
Right.
Or like just food that I haven't provided.
Right.
Like, yeah.
If I wanted my child to have that food, I'd give them that food. And if I don't want them to have that food, there's a reason why I don't want this.
Yeah.
And the other thing with that then is the more often they get it, the less of a treat it feels like.
Absolutely. And so that's exactly what we find. It's like you get a student on a behavior intervention plan, and let's say they chose a consumable reward that is XYZ treat. It's great for the first 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what? You have to double the amount of candy you give the kid?
Motivation inflation, baby.
Yeah.
It's the same principle that we talk about in the book about like this. You have to keep kind of slowly dialing up the XP or the rewards in a game system to keep it fresh and exciting. That same principle applies to behavior intervention rewards. Like a reward of a pencil is very exciting when you first start rewards, but a reward of a pencil, you might as you've offended a child with that. Like you're giving me a pencil for everything that I've done. Like, so these systems, they're really expensive. They're giving kids stuff I don't want them to have. So gamification takes the same idea and that same research behind using positive like rewards, makes it in a way so that it's not a item that is like very expensive. It's not something that is bad for children, but it is also something that they really, really, really want.
I was just talking to a friend, and one of the kids in their family were talking about these Roblox items in the game, and just the insane amount of money that this would cost to get this thing. Like we're talking like $200.
Actual money?
Like actual money.
Oh.
Actual money to get this thing.
Right.
That has no value.
Right.
And this thing's been going on for a long, long time.
Oh, I know. I remember my nephew turned 18 and we gave him a $50 bill when he turned 18. And he handed it to his dad and said, I want to buy a skin in Call of Duty. And he went and bought a $50 skin in Call of Duty on his phone.
And why would he do that?
I honestly don't know why you would buy a $50 skin in Call of Duty.
I think it's because so other people know that you bought a $50 skin. It's the same thing as like the clothes you wear and the label you wear.
Oh, okay.
That it's exactly the same, but now it's virtual.
Yeah.
And you have nothing to show for it.
Right, because how many people are still playing that same version of that game? And so that literally is just money thrown away. Might as well have taken it and lit it on fire in front of my face.
But I think that is where the power of having a classroom game lies, though, too.
Yeah.
Like you can create something that's extremely valuable
right
in the game that is completely worthless outside of the game.
Right. And even outside your classroom. Like as soon as it leaves, like we have these things that sometimes kids will like, if you brought in real Pokemon cards to use as a reward, let's use that as an example. They have value outside your classroom. And so they can cause problems outside your classroom. Like Pokemon cards can cause problems at a school when your kids are trading them or blah, 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 blah. Like I can just if I put on my admin hat, they'd be like, well, kids are going to fight on the playground over their Pokemon cards, right? These cards have no value outside of your classroom. And so like, as soon as they leave those four walls of your room, they don't matter. But they do have real value in your game, and they really want them.
I can't tell you how many of my former students, like when I see them years later, they're like, oh, Mr. Beck, are you still doing the game? I still have my stuff.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They've kept the stuff?
They have the stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
I know.
See, you get to see more students now as a middle school teacher. Like my students, I've moved schools and my students have moved on. And so I see far fewer students. But when I do, like I used to have students come back when we were working at the same school to ask me, multiple students would come back and ask me, are you still doing the game this year? Are you still doing that?
Right.
Oh, what's changed? What's different? They want to know, like, are you doing this? Are you doing this? I'd be, oh, no. We got a new map this year. We got a new thing this year. We got new characters this year. And they'd be like, oh, I wish I could go back to 5th grade and play that game, because they want to experience that again, that, every day showing up to school. And that's the other thing is like our attendance was wildly good because of these games. Like when you look at our attendance for our school, we had some of the highest attendance numbers for a Title I school in our district, according to our state report card. And when you look at our 5th grade particularly, we have so many stories of students who showed up to school because something was happening in the game that they didn't want to miss.
one kid went to the dentist and then like came back for the last 45 minutes of school or something to do something.
Because he didn't want to miss something in the game at the end of the school day. Yeah. And how often does that happen, that you get kids coming back to school after an afternoon dentist appointment? I'd never seen it before. I wouldn't have done it.
I know.
But
Wild.
They don't want to miss what's happening in your classroom game.
And I think a lot of it is like that idea of like belonging to.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we ever really talked about that idea, is that when they get to be part of a game, like they belong to the game.
Well, they belong to not to the game, but to the culture of the game, right? To the community that it builds within your classroom.
But they are part of the game then.
Yeah.
Maybe not belong to the game, but they are part of the game.
Right.
Like
They're a player, they're a
single
piece of what's
person.
happening.
Exactly.
What they do has an effect on everyone in the classroom within that game. Yeah, absolutely.
And we found out like when we would play some of these games and then we brought in that idea of teamwork.
Right.
That everybody matters. Like you can't just hide in the shadows because your team is relying on you.
Yeah.
And just all of these little lessons that we were able to like coach these kids up.
Right.
Like good sportsmanship, like positive reactions when something doesn't go your way. Like
how to encourage versus like
telling.
Like bully.
Yeah.
Like encourage someone along to be better rather than just being like, you know.
Conflict management. Like
absolutely.
What do you do when the kid isn't working?
Right. What do you do when you have someone who's just dragging your whole team down? That's real. I mean, you talk about online school programs where you have to do group projects and then the one person's not doing anything. Like this is a real life situation where you've got, okay, I'm on a team and one person's not carrying their weight here and it's dragging the whole team down. How do you deal with that? Because that's a real situation.
I mean, we are teachers, right? Like we have to teach them. Like my 6-year-old, she thinks very like she wants to please me. She has high expectations for herself, and then she'll get down on herself when she fails to meet them. Like she does something wrong, and over time I've just told her like, hey, you are a kid. Right? You're going to mess up, and it's my job as your parent to teach you. Like, that's my job. I'm supposed to train you up in the way that you're supposed to go. And that's what we're supposed to, and even more so now in 2026 of these students lacking some of these like soft skills or like social skills.
Right.
Because so much of their world is online.
Right.
Like, who's going to teach them then?
Right.
Hopefully their parents. But sometimes no. So then who's going to teach them? Well, we have to.
Right.
And what better way then to create a system that's built into your classroom? Because how is like a raffle or like Bucks going to do that?
Right.
Where's the teamwork in Bucks? Where's the problem solving in a raffle?
Right. There isn't. I think we end there.
Yeah.